Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we are jumping into one of the biggest, most exciting shifts in artificial intelligence, the rise of AI agents. If you're looking to get a handle on where this entire field is going, well, you are in exactly the right place. Okay, let's really dig into this because this quote, it just perfectly captures the huge change we're about to explore. We're talking about a shift that's not only creating incredible new opportunities, but is also completely rewriting the rules for what it means to build with AI. So, to really get what agents are all about, we first have to understand what makes them so different from the AI we're kind of used to. It's a total change in their job description. For years, AI has been, well, passive. It's fantastic at specific little tasks, answering one question, generating one image, but it needs a person, a human, to tell it what to do every single step of the way. AI agents, on the other hand, are a massive leap forward. Think of them as autonomous systems with a goal. They can plan, and they can execute really complex, multi-step tasks all by themselves. So what are these things actually made of? What's under the hood? Let's break down the core architecture, because once you get these three parts, you really get how to build and work with them. And you know what? It's surprisingly simple when you just think about it like a person trying to get a job done. First up, you've got the model. This is a powerhouse, like Gemini or another large language model. This is the agent's brain. It's the central reasoning engine. This is the part that does the thinking, the planning, and the strategizing. Next up are the tools. You can think of these as the agent's hands. They're what connect all that thinking to the real world, letting it actually do things, like search the web, pull data from a database, or call an API. And finally, there's the orchestration layer. This is the nervous system that connects the brain to the hands. Now, orchestration might sound a little fancy, but really it just directs the whole show. It manages the entire process, figuring out when the agent should be thinking and when it should be acting, all while making sure it doesn't lose sight of the main goal. Okay, so we have the parts, but what's really, really cool is how these parts work together in this continuous cycle to actually get stuff done. It's definitely not a one-and-done kind of thing. See, an agent runs on this constant think, act, observe loop. It gets a mission, it gathers all the context it needs, it comes up with a plan, then it takes an action using one of its tools. And then, this is the key part, it observes the result to decide what to do next, repeating that cycle over and over until the mission is complete. For example, let's say you ask it, "Hey, where's my order?" It's not just going to guess, it's going to make a plan. Step 1, use a tool to find the order in the company database. Step 2, take the tracking number and use a shipping API to get the latest status. And Step 3, put all that information together and report the answer back to you. Each one of those steps is another turn of that loop. Now, this basic loop, you can really dial up the complexity. And when you do that, you start to get different classes or levels of agents. Looking at their evolution really helps you see where all of this is going. So at the very bottom, level 0, we have the core reasoning system. The easiest way to think about this is like a brain in a jar. This model can tell you all about the history of the Yankees in incredible detail, but it has no way to tell you the score of last night's game. Why? Because that information is brand new. It's outside of its static, pre-trained knowledge. It's cut off from the real world. Level 1 is where things get really interesting. This is where it stops being just a brain and actually becomes an agent. This is the first big step up. Now, the agent can use a search tool to find the score of last night's game. See the difference? It has connected its brain to the real world. It has hands now. At level 2, agents become much more strategic. They're not just answering single questions anymore. They're tackling multi-step problems. A level 2 agent can handle a request like, find a good coffee shop halfway between my office and my client's office. It won't just guess, it'll plan. First, it'll use a map tool to find the midpoint. Then it'll use a search tool to find well-rated shops right there. It's thinking sequentially. It's planning. Now at level 3, the whole game changes. We're not talking about a single agent anymore. We're talking about a team. And this is where things get really, really powerful. So here, you might have a project manager agent that gets a big goal, like launch a new product. It then delegates smaller tasks to a specialized market research agent and a web developer agent, and it coordinates all their work, just like a human manager would. And finally, we get to level 4. This is the frontier. This is what researchers are really pushing toward right now, the self-evolving system. So get this. If our project manager agent needs to monitor social media, but it doesn't have the right tool, a level 4 system could actually create a brand new sentiment analysis agent right there on the fly to get the job done. It's not just using tools, it's creating them. So, what does all of this mean for you? Especially if you're looking at this new landscape and thinking, okay, where do I fit in here? The most important thing to get is that the skills that matter are changing, and that's creating completely new roles and opportunities. The focus is shifting, and it's shifting fast. It's becoming less about writing every single line of code yourself and way more about high-level skills. First, having that director mindset to guide agents toward a big goal. Second, mastering what's called context engineering, which is basically the art of giving the agent the exact right information at the exact right time. And finally, building the discipline of agent ops, which is all about how you test, debug, and manage these incredibly powerful and autonomous systems. This isn't just another change in software. It's a fundamental change in how we create, how we build. It's opening up a whole new frontier for developers, for architects, for product leaders, for everyone. The question is no longer just how you build something, but what you will direct your agent to build next.